Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on Newsx. Our big focus this hour. The Royal Challengers Bangalore have etched their name in history as they clinched their first ever IPL trophy with a thrilling win over the Punjab Kings in the final. The exciting showdown at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad featured a Rajat Patidar-led RCB successfully defending a score of 190 as they restricted their opponents to 184 as Bengaluru clinched the win and celebrations stretched into the night. All eyes fell on Virat Kohli and his emotional reaction. Overcome with passion, the number 18 fell to his knees, covered his face and broke down in tears. He was quickly smothered by jubilant teammates who then celebrated the win with Kohli. Big moment, of course, for RCB. Manoj Joshi is joining us for more details on this story. Manoj, the IPL has got a new champion. The Royal Challengers Bangalore finally winning the trophy.
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल सही कहा। बड़ा ही मैं कहूँगा हर्षोल्लास का एक मंजर दिखा फाइनल में, एक ऐसा मंजर दिखा जो पहले कभी नहीं दिखा था। खिताब जीतने पर हर्षोल्लास के साथ ही आंसुओं का सैलाब भी देखने को मिला, जो आंखों से झरने की तरह बह रहे थे। उस समय आरसीबी के जो पूर्व खिलाड़ी हैं, एबी डिविलियर्स लीजेंड हैं, उनके मजबूत कंधों ने विराट कोहली को सहारा दिया। वाकई ये ऐसा मंजर अब पहले कभी देखने को नहीं मिला था। जैसा कि आपने कहा, 18वें सीजन में 18 नंबर की जर्सी पहने विराट का सपना साकार हुआ। बहुत लंबा इंतजार उन्हें करना पड़ा। अब आप कल्पना कीजिए कि 18 साल पहले जो एक युवा किशोरावस्था का एक खिलाड़ी जो भाग लेता है आईपीएल में, लंबा कमिटमेंट, कोई उन्होंने टीम नहीं बदली, अपनी आरसीबी में टिके रहे और उसके 18 साल बाद जब वो 36 साल के हो गए, टेस्ट क्रिकेट से रिटायरमेंट ले लिया उन्होंने, उसके बाद उन्हें ये आईपीएल का खिताब जीतने का एक सुनहरा मौका मिला। तो आईपीएल में क्वालिफायर 1 जीतकर चैंपियन बनने के जो सिलसिला है उसको वो बरकरार रहा और कप्तानी के डेब्यू सीजन में रजत पाटीदार ट्रॉफी जीतने में कामयाब रहे एज ए कैप्टन। रजत को स्वर्ण मिला, सुनने में अच्छा लगता है बहुत, और इस तरह से एक बहुत बड़ी कामयाबी मैं कहूंगा। और ये अनुभव की युवा जोश पर एक जीत है, लेकिन युवा जोश जो था पंजाब किंग्स का, ये खिलाड़ियों का, उनको भी बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला होगा, जिन्होंने शुरुआती ओवर्स में कई रन बनाने के अवसर चूके जो काफी महंगे भी साबित हुए।
जी बिल्कुल। अगर हम बात करें मैच के बारे में मनोज, तो प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच कौन रहा इस मैच में, और अगर हम बात करें तो टर्निंग पॉइंट्स मैच के क्या रहे कल? बहुत ही एक्साइटिंग शानदार सा फाइनल था ये। अहमदाबाद स्टेडियम बिल्कुल ही फुल कैपेसिटी वहां भरी हुई थी, बहुत लोग पहुंचे हुए थे वहां, शायद ज़्यादा आरसीबी की फैंस थे, मगर मैच कितना दिलचस्प रहा। टर्निंग पॉइंट्स मैच के क्या रहे और प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच मनोज कल के कौन थे?
चलिए प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच पर आते हैं। पहले प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच रहे कृणाल पांड्या, जिन्होंने जो 2 शानदार विकेट लिए वो बहुत ही निर्णायक साबित हुए। और पहले जिस तरह उन्होंने प्रभ सिमरन का विकेट चटकाया था बहुत ही धीमी गेंद पर, और एक ऐसी गेंद जो कल्पना भी नहीं आप कर सकते कि जो प्लेयर लगातार 97, 98 या 200, 101, 102 किलोमीटर की रफ्तार से गेंदबाजी कर रहा हो, वो अचानक इतनी धीमी गेंद कर दे, उस पर वो गच्चा खा गए। और रही सही कसर जो है जोश इंग्लिश का, उन्होंने विकेट चटकाकर पूरी कर दी। तो ये तो था मैन ऑफ द मैच। और मैन ऑफ द जो प्लेयर ऑफ द सीरीज है वो सूर्य कुमार यादव रहे, और इतने अधिक रन बनाने वाले वो जो है गैर ओपनर, सबसे ज्यादा बतौर गैर ओपनर उन्होंने सबसे ज्यादा रन बनाए हैं आईपीएल के इतिहास के। और इसके अलावा रही बात टर्निंग पॉइंट की, तो मैं तो यही कहूंगा कि जो 9वां और 10वां ओवर था पारी का, यही टर्निंग पॉइंट साबित हुए, जब प्रभ सिमरन और श्रेयस अय्यर के विकेट गिरे। लेकिन जो बची खुची उम्मीद थी ना, वो नेहाल वडेरा और स्टाइनिस या जोश इंग्लिश पर टिकी हुई थी। लेकिन इन दोनों के विकेट जब गिरे और उसके बाद भुवनेश्वर ने आकर जो 2 विकेट चटकाए, उससे मामला वहीं खत्म हो गया। वहां फिर एक औपचारिकता पूरी करने के लिए मैच चलता रहा। अगर यहाँ शशांक कितना अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस कर सकते हैं, 60 रन बना सकते हैं, और वो भी 200 के करीब 200 के स्ट्राइक रेट से 30 गेंदों पर 61 रन उन्होंने बनाए, तो अगर एक भी प्लेयर का उन्हें अच्छा साथ मिला होता, लंबा साथ मिला होता, तो ये परिणाम पलट सकता था। तो ये है कि आप शुरुआती ओवरों में विराट कोहली की भी आलोचना हुई इस बात के लिए कि उन्होंने थोड़ी धीमी पारी खेली, लेकिन वो मौके की नजाकत को समझते थे और टिक कर खेले। आप इसका अंदाजा इसी से लगा सकते हैं कि 15 ओवर में 15वें ओवर में जब वो आउट हुए तो वो उनका तीसरा चौका लगा था उस ओवर में। तो लेकिन उसके बाद जो युवा जोश था वो यहाँ थोड़ा सा ठंडा पड़ता हुआ दिखा पंजाब किंग्स का। जिन गेंदों पर चौके छक्के लगने भी चाहिए थे, या हेजलवुड और भुवनेश्वर की जो हल्की गेंदें थी उस पर भी जो है प्रियांश और प्रभ सिमरन वैसे स्ट्रोक नहीं खेल पाए, जो मैं समझता हूं कि एक बहुत लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस है, बहुत सीखने वाला अनुभव है। तो यहाँ यही है कुल मिलाकर कि आरसीबी चैंपियन बना और एक आईपीएल को नया चैंपियन मिला है, और इसके लिए पूरी टीम वाकई बधाई की बात है, चाहे वो जोश हेजलवुड हो, विराट कोहली हो, स्पिनर के तौर पर सुयश शर्मा और कुणाल पांड्या, जिन्हें बहुत हल्का अंडर एस्टिमेट किया जा रहा था, वो सवासेर साबित हुए।
जी बिल्कुल। और एक आखिरी सवाल विराट कोहली पर। अब विराट कोहली के करियर के लिए कितने मायने रखता है ये आईपीएल का खिताब? ये एक ऐसी ट्रॉफी थी मनोज जो उनके हाथ अब तक नहीं लगी थी, मगर आईपीएल शुरू होके 18 साल के पश्चात नंबर 18 जर्सी पहनने वाले शख्स को आखिर आईपीएल ट्रॉफी मिली गई। कितने मायने रखता है ये ट्रॉफी उनके करियर के लिए?
मुझे आपके इस वाक्य से इवान लैंडल याद आ रहे हैं, टेनिस के खिलाड़ी, टेनिस के महान खिलाड़ी, जिन्होंने दुनिया भर के सारे खिताब जीते, लेकिन एक विंबलडन का खिताब जो है वो नहीं जीत पाए थे, और उनको ये कहना पड़ा था कि मेरे आप सारे खिताब ले लो, मुझे एक विंबलडन का खिताब दे दो। तो ये बस मैं कहूंगा विराट कोहली के लिए किसी विंबलडन के खिताब से कम नहीं था। बेशक ये एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय टूर्नामेंट नहीं था, लेकिन एक दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी लीग थी। आप ये कहिए दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी लीग जहां तक क्रिकेट का सवाल है, और उसको हासिल करना, उसको जीतना, जो उनका सपना था, जो 18 साल से वो संजोए हुए थे, वो साकार हुआ। तो ठीक है, T20 वर्ल्ड कप अपनी जगह है, चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी अपनी जगह है, लेकिन एक ऐसा खिताब जिसमें आपका मन रमता हो, दिल से आपने जो है उसके साथ अपने आप भावनात्मक रूप से उसमें जुड़े हुए हों, उस खिताब को आपने हासिल किया, तो ये वाकई एक बहुत मायने रखता है। और मैं समझता हूं कि कल जब हमने आंसुओं का सैलाब उनका देखा तो ऐसा लगा कि वो इस वक्त टॉप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड खुद को महसूस कर रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल, उसी से ये बयां कर रहे थे कि कितना महत्वपूर्ण है ये लम्हा उनके लिए। और काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग ये भी था कि एबी डिविलियर्स और क्रिस गेल भी आरसीबी के इस जश्न में शामिल हुए कल रात। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया मनोज जोशी हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी को लेकर बड़ी खबर इस वक्त आ रही है। पीएम मोदी विल बी chairing a Union Council of Ministers meeting to mark 1 year of his third term in office today. The meeting will be focusing on the government's achievements, future, governance, roadmap and preparations for upcoming elections. Ministers are expected to present progress reports on key schemes. The meeting comes at a time when the all-party delegations are arriving back slowly to New Delhi. The meeting is scheduled for today, will be taking place, of course, in the national capital. Manohar Kesri is joining us for more on this story. Manohar, Prime Minister to chair a Union Council of Ministers meeting today. What time is this expected? What is on the agenda?
देखिए, बिल्कुल प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी पहलगाम आतंकी हमले और ऑपरेशन सिंदूर की सफलता के बाद ये पहली बैठक करने जा रहे हैं, और एजेंडा क्लियर है कि मोदी की एक साल जो है सो 3.0 के पूरे होने वाले हैं। आज दोपहर बाद 4:30 बजे बैठक सुषमा स्वराज भवन में होने वाले हैं, जिसमें सारे काउंसिल मिनिस्टर्स इसमें शामिल होंगे, और सभी मंत्रालय से ये भी कहा गया है कि आपने क्या सफलतापूर्वक काम किए हैं उनके बारे में बताया, उनके बारे में भी प्रधानमंत्री जो है जानकारी लेंगे। और बिहार में आगामी चुनाव है, उस मद्देनजर भी चर्चा होगी। साथ ही साथ अपोजिशन लगातार ये मांग कर रहे हैं कि स्पेशल सेशन की डिमांड की जाए, इस पे भी चर्चा हो सकती है। तीसरी बात है कि ऑपरेशन सिंदूर की सफलता के बाद जिस तरह से सीडीएस अनिल चौहान ने गलती की बात मानी और उन्होंने बोला कि हमने सुधार लिया है, इस पे भी चर्चा हो सकती है। लेकिन मेन अहम एजेंडा है कि मोदी के 1 साल पूरे होने पर किस तरह से मंत्रालयों ने काम किया, किस तरह से जनता के हित में काम किया, किस तरह से किसानों के लिए काम किया, इन सारी चीजों को लेकर के चर्चा होगी, और इसे कैसे जनता के बीच में पहुंचाना है, और इस पे बातचीत होगी। जी
शुक्रिया मनोहर हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए। Incessant rains have battered Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim and eastern Bhutan, causing landslides, road blockages and communication breakdowns. The Border Roads Organisation has acted swiftly, clearing debris in Mizoram, restoring key routes in Sikkim and ensuring the Kolariang Lee Sadli Huri Road in Arunachal remains functional. In Bhutan, the BRO has reopened the vital Daranga Trashigang Highway after a massive landslide on the 30th of May. BRO's efforts to clear roads and maintain the connectivity across the northeastern region are underway. So these, of course, are the latest updates coming in. Brian Thomas joins us for more on this story. Brian, is the adverse weather continuing in the northeast? What is the latest situation you can share with us?
Clearly, Uday, still now there have been torrential and relentless, rather unrelenting rain that has been battling Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim and eastern Bhutan. That's triggered even widespread landslide. It even clearly, since there was such torrential rainfall that was grappling these very, very places, it also blocked key roads, which even disrupted communication networks across the region. Now, in the face of this natural adversity, also the very Border Road Organization has even launched a timely response. They've been very exceptional also in the response, and from they've been clearing landslide ever since the landslide debris. They've been reopening roads in Mizoram also to restore critical access routes that leads to Sikkim, because that is the connection both from Mizoram to Sikkim. So that road became blocked, and now the BRO also has been working relentlessly 24/7 to clear the debris, reopen the roads from that leads from Mizoram to Sikkim itself, and they have been very swift also in their approach. Now, talking about Arunachal Pradesh's remote Kurumukume district, Uday, now the BRO has also managed to keep the strategically vital Kolorian Lee Salvi Uri Road, which is very critical road again, operational. That even ensures that communities are remain connected and there are supplies also continue to flow, because at these times the supply becomes disrupted. So to keep it flow, they're keeping the road operational, and across the border in Bhutan also, where a massive landslide happened also on the May 30th itself, had severely impacted the Daranga Trashigang highway. Now the BRO teams have been working 24/7 to reopen the routes and re-establish connectivity in record time. Now clearly also they have been operating, like I mentioned, it's around the clock under this treacherous weather condition. And in some of the most inhospitable terrains also, the BRA is continuing to be and serve as a lifeline also for the region of there.
All right, further breaking developments coming in. For its last leg of the multi-nation visit, all-party delegation led by Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has arrived in the United States of America. After concluding a successful visit to Panama, the delegation has arrived in the capital of the United States for its last leg. After talks with US politicians and think tanks, the delegation will be departing for India later. Brian Thomas is live with us on this big story. Brian, what is the itinerary of the Shashi Tharoor-led delegation in the US?
Well, clearly, talking about this very group also of the all-party delegation also. Clearly, one of the group, the first group also just reached the India also, and clearly now also yesterday that happened. Now on the final leg of this very multinational tour, the all-party parliamentary delegation that is now led by Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has arrived in Washington. Now this also marks as a continuation of India's diplomatic outreach, and clearly talking about the itinerary also, clearly it will be about strengthening the strategic partnership and amplifying its global position on key issues, particularly its unwavering stance against terrorism. Clearly also the delegation also will be interacting with the US lawmakers, policymakers and think tanks. And clearly also very importantly, talking about this group, India is also expected to reiterate its firm zero tolerance policy towards terrorism in all its forms and manifestation. They clearly made a detailed dossier also, and we are also likely to present a detailed dossier outlining the threats that is posed by cross-border terrorism. It will also involve the non-state actors and also the need for international cooperation to combat terror networks operating with impunity. They have a detailed dossier that talks about the 26/11, the 9/11 also, where Pakistan was also behind these massive attacks. And India also, clearly the message would be very clear, that has been clear from day one, that yes, terrorism is a global.
Yes, interestingly, Brian, the visit by the Tharoor-led delegation also comes at a time when a similar delegation from Pakistan is also in the US.
Yes, clearly, Uday, But if you talk about the India's impact on this, would be way severe and way critical also than Pakistani side itself. Even though yes, Pakistani side has also been taking, rather it's a, if I would put it in our record that yes, it would be a copy paste from Pakistani side. But clearly, if we talk about the Indian delegation, they have been on the Operation Outreach program also. They have been, the Group 7 have been visiting not only just America itself, but they have been visiting different nations. They have been visiting the European Union, they're visiting US, they're visiting African states. So there have been many such states that the delegation have been visiting. And yesterday also the delegation, the Group 1 delegation, has also reached, that was led by Vijay Pandya, also reached India itself. And clearly now this very delegation, and all these delegations prepared a detailed dossier also, which outlined the threats posed by cross-border terrorism. And clearly, Uday, we need to note this as well. In the dossier itself, they've just not mentioned the attacks that happened in India, but there was an attack that they had a dossier that even put forward that there was a 9/11 attack also, where Pakistan was behind that very terror attack that has happened. So
all right,
that
more breaking
becomes
news
very
coming in.
critical.
Stay with us. Reacting to Pakistan sending delegations to foreign countries mirroring India's diplomatic strategy, NCP Sharad Pawar faction MP Supriya Sule said it reflects the success of India's initiative. Referring to Operation Sindoor, Sule credited PM Modi and the Ministry of External Affairs, saying Pak's imitation shows the global impact of India's diplomacy. She called it a validation of India's successful outreach.
कोई कॉपी जब करता है तो इसका मतलब क्या है? कॉपी क्यों करता है आदमी? क्योंकि उसको लगता है कि ये प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है, तभी तो कॉपी करेगा ना. तो उनको लगा है कि ये जो MEA का ऑपरेशन सिंदूर का जो सोचा है माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, माननीय जयशंकर जी, माननीय किरण रिजिजू ने, उन्होंने कुछ सोच के ये पूरा प्रोग्राम बनाया. और आगे देर से हमारे बहुत बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन पाकिस्तान जो कॉपी कर रही है हम लोग को, इसका मतलब ही हमारा तो सक्सेसफुल हो.
Brian Thomas is live with us. Brian, Supriya Sule has commented on Pakistan's imitation of India's diplomatic outreach.
Well, clearly, they just, while we were just a while back, we were mentioning, yes, clearly, it's a copy-paste strategy also from the Pakistani side of sending their delegation. And clearly, Supriya Sule has also remarked the same and reacting to Pakistan's apparent imitation of India's diplomatic outreach by sending delegations to countries. Supriya Sule remarked that if someone is copying India, is copying us, rather, it's a clear sign that our initiative, rather the Indian delegation initiative, has been very effective and impactful. And also, Supriya Sule goes on to say that they must have even recognized the impact and success of this effort as part of Operation Sindoor, that is even led by the Prime Minister itself and the Ministry of External Affairs. And then the Pakistani side decided to replicate it, as said by Supriya Sule, and said that that in itself is a testament to the strength and capability of India's diplomacy itself. Yes.
More breaking news coming in this hour. India's total active COVID-19 cases have reached 4,026, with 65 cases being reported in the past 24 hours. Total COVID-19 related death toll has reached 38, with 5 deaths being reported in the past 24 hours. Kerala continues to report the highest number of active cases at 1,446. Maharashtra has recorded the highest number of deaths with 10 fatalities. Health authorities and ICMR are monitoring the situation closely and urging citizens to follow safety guidelines. Arzu Seth is joining us live for more on this story. Arzu, have the COVID-19 numbers further increased in the last 24 hours?
Well, yes, the active COVID-19 cases in India amid the recent surge in infection stand at 4,026, which means that there has been an increase in the total active cases. And meanwhile, a total of 5 new COVID-19 deaths have been reported in the country, where Kerala now currently, accounts for the highest number of COVID-19 cases in the country, is standing at 1,416. So, meanwhile, Karnataka, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Delhi reported, uptick in the active COVID-19 cases. If we talk about Delhi also, Delhi somewhere has reduced the, active cases of COVID-19, as the number have now reached to 393, means 90 active patients have been reduced. And also, there has been some relief in Kerala also, where the 19 active cases have been reduced. So, in last 24 hours, there has been some some reduction in the total active cases, but yes, there has been a concern among the people as continuously there seems to be uptick in the COVID-19 cases. And also if we see Maharashtra, there has been a 10 deaths that have been reported in Maharashtra. So in the entire country, all the states which are now are COVID active cases in each state. So the state authorities, the state governments have in fact are on the high alert to tackle with any kind of emergency like situation if there might be a surge in more active COVID-19 cases. So the preparations have been made by the government also. The hospitals are also preparing themselves, and also this spike is being seen due to the new sub-variant of Omicron, the 4th new sub-variant. That's why the spike can be clearly seen. And also the experts what has to say is the symptoms are very mild. In fact, the impact is very mild, because if we see the active there has been a lot of patients who are getting discharged in Delhi. Also the discharge rate is around 32.92%. So a lot of people who are getting infected are also getting discharged. So this is a positive sign.
All right, more breaking news coming in this hour. 2611 mastermind Tahawwur Rana is slated to be produced before the Delhi NI court today. He was brought to India on the 10th of April after his extradition from the US. He is expected to remain in Tihar jail till the 6th of June 2025. Sambhav Sharma joins us for more on this story. Sambhav, what is expected in the NI court today?
A petition was filed by Tahawwur Rana in the NIA court seeking permission to speak to his family members while in judicial custody. As Tahawwur Rana is in judicial custody, a similar kind of petition was filed by Tahawwur Rana earlier when he was in NIA custody, where NIA requested not to give such kind of this permission to Tahawwur Rana, and the court declined. This time, again, the petition was filed by Tahawwur Rana, and last week the court asked NIA and Tihar jail authorities, as he is in judicial custody, to file their response by 4th of June. Today is 4th of June. So a reply is expected by NIA and Tihar jail authorities in the court, and it is to be seen what the court does next. However, having said that, Tahawwur Rana is requesting again and again to speak to his family members while in judicial custody. Tahawwur Rana is an accused in 2008 Mumbai terror attacks, and he is in judicial custody, and he is undergoing judicial custody, and NIA is investigating this whole matter. It is to be seen what NIA court, that is the NIA court, Judge Charanjit Singh, who is heading this NIA court in Patiala House Court of Delhi. It is to be seen what Judge Charanjit Singh does next in this case.
Sambhav, thank you for joining us with those details. Ukraine has carried out the biggest drone attack in Russia. They've made a big claim. According to Ukraine, they've carried out attacks on the Crimea bridge. Aditya Vadavan joins us for more on this story. Aditya, give us more details about this incident.
Well, absolutely, Uday. The Ukraine has claimed an explosive attack on Russia's bridge to Crimea. We have seen it was a major drone attack by the Ukrainians, which destroyed about, as per some reports, 41 jets. And, they're now claiming that they have also attacked Russia's bridge to Crimea. And, let us just put this into perspective that there have been allegations on Russia in the past that, Russia illegally annexed Crimea, and now, such claims. However, if you see, the claims by the Ukrainian side, the Russian side hasn't denied such claims by the Ukrainian side. Even Russian President Vladimir Putin and Kremlin hasn't denied the fact that, the bridge hasn't been destroyed by Ukraine. However, it now needs to be seen, how the Russian side reacts to this. So far, there has been no retaliation to the major drone strike by Ukraine. Yes, to that.
All right, Aditya, thank you for joining us. On that note, we're taking a very short break.